Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to slice through information and give you the knowledge you need fast. Today, we're diving into that question that probably pops into your head every time you hit add to cart. Is this website legit? It's a totally modern dilemma, isn't it? So easy to click, but sometimes hard to trust. Our mission for this deep dive is really to empower you, help you become a savvy online detective. We'll be exploring the world of online shopping legitimacy through the lens of one specific brand, Luxmery. And we're doing that by dissecting a detailed review. You're drawing our insights from the Luxmery Review Legit or Scam Store video transcript. That's from the YouTube channel Scam Finder. So this source is packed with crucial details, helping us understand how to vet an online store, what makes a brand trustworthy, basically so you can shop with confidence.
It's such a critical skill today, the digital marketplace, it's huge, brands popping up daily, and sometimes they feel like they vanish just as quickly. What's really fascinating here, I think, is how these seemingly small details, when you piece them together, they can paint a very clear picture of a company's reliability. We're not just listing checks today. We'll be looking at why these factors matter, things like their online presence, sure, but also what actual customers are saying. We're trying to build like a comprehensive trust report for you.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We're focusing on Luxmery. So first up, who exactly are they? Our source describes them as a women's clothing brand. They seem to zero in on shapewear and loungewear. So you're looking at items like bodysuits, bras, panties, leggings, and, those wonderfully cozy, comfortable outfits we all love. Their stated goal, which sounds really positive, is to make women feel confident, comfortable, embrace body positivity. That all sounds great on the surface, obviously. But how do we dig deeper? How do we check that foundational credibility and kind of separate the marketing from the reality?
Well, the Scam Finder review started with something really fundamental, something many of us probably overlook sometimes, the domain age.
Ah, right. How long the websites actually existed.
Exactly. And for listeners who might not know, you can often find this using a simple WHOIS search online. It's basically a public record, tells you when a website address was registered, and it revealed that Luxmery's website, it's been active since 2022.
2022. Okay, so that might not sound like forever, but in the online world, that's actually something, right?
It really is. Over 2 years of consistent operation, serving customers, that's pretty significant. It instantly tells you this probably isn't some fly-by-night operation that just launched last week, hoping to make a quick buck and disappear.
Yeah, good point. So surviving for 2 years online means something.
It does. What's truly insightful about that 2-year domain age isn't just the length of time, but it kind of signals resilience. Think about it. Most fly-by-night scams or, really unreliable businesses, they're often gone in months, especially if they're not delivering. Luxmery's sustained presence suggests they've survived those initial market pressures, customer scrutiny, the operational hurdles of e-commerce. It implies their foundational operations are likely more robust, more tested than a brand that's still in its infancy.
Okay.
It speaks to a certain level of commitment, stability in what can be a really turbulent online retail space.
Right, that makes sense. A bit of staying power. All right, so with that foundation looking, reasonably solid, the next crucial piece for any modern brand is its digital heartbeat, you could say, how it connects with its audience online. And that points us straight to social media, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Our source highlights that Luxmery is active on both Facebook and Instagram. That's pretty standard for a clothing brand these days, I suppose. But here's the kicker, as they say. Their Instagram account boasts over 40,000 followers.
Wow, okay.
Now, that's not just a presence, that's a massive community.
Yeah.
But, we all know about bots and maybe buying followers. How did Scam Finder figure out if this was genuinely active, genuinely engaged, not just a big empty number?
That's a great question because, raw follower count alone isn't everything. The deeper check the kind Scam Finder likely did looks beyond the number. It looks at follower growth patterns. Was it a sudden artificial spike or a steady organic climb?
Oh, okay. More natural growth.
Exactly. That plus high engagement rates, real comments, shares, likes, discussions, those are strong indicators. For Luxmery's 40,000 plus seeing that suggests they actually care about customers, they want to stay connected. They're actively building a genuine community, not just passively trying to make sales.
Right, investing in that connection.
It's a strong sign of a real, ongoing business that invests in its public face and customer interaction. And for any potential buyer, that's a major trust signal.
Definitely. Okay, moving on to something I know is critical for a lot of online shoppers, myself included. How easy is it to get help if something goes wrong? We've all been there, right? Order something, it arrives. Maybe the size is off, or it's just not quite what you expected, And then that sinking feeling, oh no, how do I even contact these people? For me, customer support is the real acid test. Does this brand actually care?
Totally agree. It's make or break sometimes.
So what did the review say about Luxmery's customer support? And what specific details did Scam Finder look for to confirm it was actually effective, not just, available?
Well, the crucial detail here is that Luxmery apparently makes it very easy to get help, and through multiple direct channels.
Like what?
The review notes, they provide a clear email address, a working phone number, and their social media pages are active and responsive for communication too.
Okay, so multiple options, not just a buried contact form.
Precisely. It's not just about having a contact page. It's about the accessibility and the apparent responsiveness across these different points. That level of transparency, that commitment to multiple ways to get help, it's a really strong indicator that a company cares about keeping its customers happy and supported.
Yeah, you feel like there's someone to talk to.
Exactly. It's a core element of trust in any business, but especially online where you can't just walk in. It shows they're committed to sorting things out after you've paid. That builds immense confidence, tells you they stand behind their products.
All right, good sign so far then. Domain age, social presence, accessible support. Let's dive into the ultimate litmus test now, the moment of truth for many shoppers. Customer reviews. This is where the rubber really meets the road, isn't it? Where the brand's claims get tested by real people, unfiltered.
The voice of the customer.
Our source tells us that on their own website, Luxmery shows a 4.7-star rating on Trustpilot. That's the big independent review platform. But here's the fascinating twist from Scam Finder. When they independently checked Trustpilot, the rating was actually even higher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sitting at an impressive 4.8 stars.
Wow. 4.8, that's really high, especially for clothing, which can be so subjective.
I know. And it's rare to see a company kind of undersell its own positive reviews. That felt like a significant detail in itself.
That is significant. That 4.8-star rating on Trustpilot isn't just a number, it's powerful social proof, especially, as you said, with clothing and diverse body types involved. Maintaining that level of satisfaction, reportedly across over 100,000 customers, that indicates a real consistency. Product quality, maybe sizing accuracy, responsive service, things that are incredibly hard to fake or achieve by accident.
Yeah, it suggests something's working well.
And here's the really interesting insight, I think. A brand underselling its own positive reviews on its website only for an independent check to find an even higher rating on Trustpilot. That is incredibly rare. It suggests maybe the genuine modesty, or perhaps a focus on continuous improvement rather than just aggressive self-promotion.
Huh. Never thought of it like that.
And that, ironically, builds even stronger, more authentic trust, because it speaks to a brand that's confident in its actual performance, not just its marketing spin.
Okay, so the reviews look overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
But of course, no company is perfect, right?
Never.
And our source, Scam Finder, didn't shy away from pointing out the minor issues, which is crucial for a balanced review, I think.
Yeah.
It mentioned things like some bodysuits can bunch up in certain areas. Okay, that can happen. The white ones might fade after washing.
Good to know.
A few customers experienced slight discomfort with metal fasteners on some items, and some people were apparently confused by partial refund policies. So these are specific points of feedback, things a potential buyer would want a heads up on. But how do we contextualize these? Is a little bunching a deal breaker for you, or is it just a common product variation?
That's exactly the right question. It's crucial to see these minor issues in context. Yes, they exist, and it's always important to be aware of them as a consumer. But the Scam Finder review concluded that these seem relatively small compared to all the overwhelmingly positive feedback.
So not major red flags necessarily.
It encourages that critical thinking, doesn't it? Are these specific issues deal breakers for your personal needs, your body type maybe? Or do they simply represent the typical variability you might find with any large-scale product offering, especially in clothing where fit and fabric are so subjective?
Right. Perfection is impossible.
Exactly. Often, a few minor complaints, especially when they're specific like this, don't really outweigh the overall reliability and great service shown by that high average rating and the widespread satisfaction. It's a good reminder that even great brands aren't flawless. The key isn't finding a perfect company, but one that handles those inevitable imperfections transparently and efficiently. And Luxmery, based on this review, seems to do that pretty well.
Okay, so let's bring it all together.
Yeah.
What does this all mean for you, the savvy shopper, trying to navigate the huge ocean of online stores? Our deep dive into this Luxmery review using Scam Finder as our guide paints a pretty clear, consistent picture, wouldn't you
I
say?
could tell, yeah.
We've seen their over 2 years of experience in the market. That suggests resilience. We've looked at their strong, engaged social media presence, over 40,000 Instagram followers. That points to community and brand investment. We've examined their easy-to-reach customer support through multiple channels: email, phone, social media. That indicates a commitment to service. And finally, we've analyzed those glowing customer reviews, which actually exceed what they even claim on their site, sitting at a really robust 4.8 stars on Trustpilot. That's powerful social proof.
It really is. This robust set of indicators, all detailed carefully in the Scam Finder review, strongly suggests that, yes, shoppers can feel pretty confident buying from Luxmery. While those minor issues were noted, occasional bunching, white items fading, some fastener discomfort, maybe refund confusion, that just don't seem to detract significantly from the overall positive customer experience and the brand's legitimacy.
Yeah, context is key there.
It's about evaluating the totality of the evidence, right? And the positives here seem to overwhelmingly outweigh those minor negatives. It indicates a reliable and reputable online store.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, it wasn't just about Luxmery, was it? It was about giving you the practical tools, the framework, to assess any online store you come across.
Exactly. The same principles apply.
So the next time you're hovering over that buy button online, maybe pause and consider these elements. How long has the store really been around? How have they weathered the storm? How authentically do they interact with their community online beyond just numbers? Can you easily reach them if there's a problem? And how?
Crucial checks.
And most critically,
Yeah.
what are other customers really saying? Not just on the brand's slick website, but on independent review platforms.
So for your next online purchase, maybe think about what subtle clues you might prioritize in your own legitimacy check. And how might you weigh those minor specific issues against maybe overwhelming positives you find?
Good questions to keep in mind.
Keep those detective skills sharp and happy shopping.